What's going on? Welcome back to Real World Tool Reviews. And today we're going to do a wrench roll update. I've been really enjoying finding wrenches for my wrench roll, and I've been using my wrench roll. It's been living in my truck, and I just got a new toolbox for my truck, which I'll be showing you guys soon. It's very, very nice, very exciting. But like I said, when I got a lot of really nice positive feedback on the first wrench roll video. I like this roll. It's just an Amazon roll. It's from like Bull Tools or something. But I just love having a set of open end wrenches in my truck. I always have, and I just think it's a really important thing to have because you know chances are like you can work on your car with an open end, like with a combination wrench. Um, if you had to have one set of tools, I think maybe a set of combination wrenches is the best. I like to keep sockets in my truck too, but anyway, they come in handy working on stuff, plumbing, and all kinds of other things too. Sometimes you just run into a situation where the only tool that'll work is a wrench, an open end wrench, to get down on something in a place where you can't get your whole hand or whatever, you need to back hold something. A wrench is just one of those tools that has stood the test of time because people need wrenches. And I love collecting them and finding better ones. And so that's what's been fun about this wrench roll. And this is one of my favorite parts is replacing the wrenches that I wanted to get out of here, which is the Harbor Freight Pittsburgh ones, with better ones. And as I find good ones, I can do that, and also replace some of the ones that are in here with better ones. Even if one is a good brand, still replace it. So I've gotten some good ones. I got a set in the mail today of wrenches. These, I have never seen anything like this before, and I've been looking for tools for a long time. This is a set that I bought on eBay of Western Forge wrenches. Now this one, I can tell, is the one out of it. This, I paid $22 including shipping for this set of wrenches. And there's a bunch of them still left. The seller is still selling them, sets of these standard ones. They go from 3/8 all the way up to 3/4. And they must have been old stock Western Forge. They look a lot like Craftsman wrenches or something. Western Forge made tools for some of the other big brands from back in the day. Husky and Craftsman and stuff. But these are actually branded Western Forge, and I think they must have not made it out of quality control, and they were sitting around because some of them have, defects. And I guess that's why whoever had their hands on these is selling them for so cheap. They were $10 as the price, plus like $12 shipping. So I paid like $22 for this set, which for USA made wrenches is a pretty damn good price. Now, the 9/16 is a little bit bent, as you can see. I'm going to try and maybe unbend it. It's bent right here. So that's a little disappointing, but hey, for $22 for a set, that's okay. I already have a better 9/16, so I'm not too sad about it. These, I do love the length on these Western Forge ones. I like a longer wrench, but these Proto Professional wrenches, I have a few of these in this set, 3 of them. These are going to be tough to ever get replaced in the wrench roll because I love these wrenches. I really want a full set of these Proto Professionals because they're awesome. So I'm not too worried about this bent 9/16, but I might try and fix it. But some of these other ones, like, here's a great example. This 3/8 one is really beautiful. I mean, forged in USA. There's nothing wrong with this one. It's got great markings on it. A couple of the other ones have, the markings are a little bit like not perfect. But this is a long, this is going to replace the Craftsman 3/8. It's in there. This is a shorter wrench, and I like a longer wrench if I can get it. Look how much longer that is. So there you go. Our first replacement, Western Forge 3/8 is going in there. And that's great because it'll match up kind of with my 7/16 super wrench. It's pretty long for a 7/16. Great, great. I mean, awesome. And these, like this one, this is a good feeling wrench. I go by how do they feel more than anything for a combination wrench. You know, do they dig into your hand? Does it hurt? You know, it feels comfortable. And this is a good length for a 3/8. So, and then the next one is 1/2 inch that has kind of like a, you know, a shorter Craftsman 1/2 inch that I had in here. This 1/2 inch is pretty much perfect, Western Forge. The 1/2 inch mark on this side is just a little bit not all the way there, so I guess that's why, but it's not bent, and it looks great, forged in USA. It's much longer, so that's going to be a perfect 1/2 inch. And these are 1/2 inch. See how tight it fits. It's got a pretty tight fit on this 1/2 inch bolt. That's pretty, you know. I'm going to probably take the caliper out and make sure these are all what they're supposed to be. But I mean, God, these are really nice. Like for $22, I just couldn't believe. So now I got my long guys here, and then that's great. The 5/8, it's a good 5/8. It's got a little bit of a wear right here, so but it's longer than the Proto Professional. I don't know. This is going to be a tough decision. I'm going to have to think about it some more. But man, I love these Proto Professional wrenches. I think that I'm going to have to keep it. I don't know. I'm just going to have to roll with the Proto Professional. But this is still a really nice 5/8 wrench. I'll throw it somewhere else. The 11/16. Now this is funny. The 11/16. It came. This is a fully polished chrome, and this is a beautiful one. That's just gunk I can get off. But there's nothing wrong with this 11/16 one. The markings are perfect. This is, you know, really a nice feeling wrench. Really nice feeling wrench. And it's longer. These Western Forge ones are long. Usually the longer the wrench, the better for me. I've always kind of thought. But one thing that I was really happy about is I've liked this Thorson. It reminds me kind of those Proto Professionals. The way that it's smooth and it's got that nice satin finish. That's what I really like about these Proto Professionals is when you feel them, they're rounded off and polished. They're so comfortable in your hand. I just love using them, and they have that really nice satin finish. And this Thorson one is the same way, but it's so short. And this Western Forge is maybe the most perfect wrench of the bunch, and that'll be definitely my new 3/4. I'll keep my Thorson, put that somewhere else, but man, that is a nice 3/4 wrench. And then, so that's all the ones that are going in the wrench roll of the Western Forge, the new Western Forge ones. So, I wanted to have a 13/16, 7/8, and 1 inch for that slot. I thought those would be the best sizes because 1 inch is what a lot of sets don't go up to, but I really like having a 1 inch one. Now I have found this Big Mac 1 inch, and this is a super long wrench, and I tried to put it in here, but it's just too long. So I was very pleased when I found this Craftsman 1-inch, because it will fit perfectly in here. Pretty much. I mean, it'll fit enough to where it'll roll up and be fine. So I really wanted a set that went up to 1-inch, because that will fit on plumbing fittings and stuff that oftentimes I've wanted to have a 1-inch wrench, you know. And then I don't have a 7/8 yet to replace it, but the Pittsburgh 13/16 is going away and being replaced by a nice Craftsman V Series 13/16. So now once I get my 7/8 replaced and my 5/16, I figured I didn't need a 1/4 inch. I figured I'd start at 5/16. And if I have to get, I might get a 15/16 to put in here and move everything down and get rid of this 5/16, because, you know, who needs that small of a wrench really when you're gonna. I want these to be really like usable wrenches for situations, you know. I could even put the smaller ones up here actually, so I might do that. But so 5/16, 7/8, and we'll have a nice set of standard wrenches. I mean, really nice. And then I'll go over just quickly the metric, because I have made some progress on the metric side. I've got 8mm here. I found a full set of, pretty much full set of Craftsman metrics. So that's kind of been filling in a lot of these. I have yet to find, actually, one of my favorite wrenches that I own is my 10mm, yeah, this is the 10. My SK Wayne 10mm 6-point. I use this wrench all the time in the shop. All the time. You know, because everybody knows 10mm on everything. I love this. But it's just way too short. I want a longer 10mm. So I've got the Pittsburgh 10mm in here right now. Because, you know, for some reason, I can't find a good 10mm wrench. My Craftsman set was missing the 10, like many sets are. I've got a SK 11mm because we all use 11mm so much. I skipped the 9mm because I've never used a 9mm socket or wrench ever. I got a 12mm Craftsman. And then my favorite wrench that I found, Snap-on 13mm. This is just like, man, Snap-on wrenches are just so expensive, it's crazy. But man, when you hold them, like, the comfort level of a Snap-on wrench for me is just, it's really pretty tough to beat. Like, I just love this wrench. It's just a really good one, and it's a good long wrench too. So, and then I got a really pretty. I cleaned this one up as best I could, but it was really rusty. 14mm, and then a 15mm Craftsman also, and then I got a 17mm SK. It could use another cleanup. I skipped the 16 because I just don't really need. I don't think you really need a 16mm. And then I go to 19 because I skipped the 18 too. Those are the 16 and 18. Like, there's standard sizes that replace that. But the 19 is an SK Wayne, nice one. But these SKs, they're not very long, so I kind of just want to get some better metrics. The metrics are lacking right now, but I got what I need pretty much. And then a 21mm SK that was super rusty that I've cleaned up, but it's still kind of dingy, you know. But it's a good wrench. So, I don't know. Metrics is like, I need to work on the metrics, but man, I've got almost every Pittsburgh wrench replaced. All I've got left is the the 7/8, the 5/16, and the 10. So I'm pretty pleased with how the wrench roll is coming. These are some of these wrenches are really, really high quality. I'm glad to have this 13mm snap-on, even though the 13 and the 1/2 inch are pretty close. They're kind of interchangeable, but you know, sometimes the metric will fit better than the standard and vice versa. So now I've got a good 1/2 inch and a good metric and a good 13. So, and those are pretty common. So yeah, that's the update on the wrench roll. It's coming along great. So anyway, thanks for watching.